Hey guys, welcome to Cowcast, where we cast on Wednesdays. I'm your host, Coffeecow, and today we have with us...
Only Ragecow.
Only Ragecow. Why only
Oh.
Ragecow? I want to know.
Well, I don't know.
See, I was not informed by Otaku Cow what exactly he was doing.
What he was doing,
today.
yeah. He just said he had to go somewhere with his parents,
Hmm.
and that's what he gave us.
God, they probably went to freaking Alton Towers and we've been neglected.
Aww.
But never mind, responsibilities first. This podcast.
Yes.
This podcast
Shall be
is
done.
our priority and it shall be done. Sorry it's a bit late. Rage has a story to tell about that. So, do you want to start off with that then?
Okay, today, in Oxford, I was supposed to get home about 2 or 3,
Yeah.
but there was an accident on the rails, apparently, and it was the Banbury rail that caused us so much hassle.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what happens because it didn't tell us anything about it whatsoever. Probably just to keep us from panicking.
Classified information.
Yeah, scary
We
stuff.
gotta get on top of that, man. We gotta be like...
Yeah,
freaking
we gotta
secret
look
agents.
everywhere because they're not getting this away from us. I was there, so
I was a witness.
yeah.
Silent,
They're not
a
getting
silent witness. Were you silent? I mean, you told me you were laughing the whole time. Was
Yeah,
it so humorous?
because there was about 200 people, I would say.
Mm.
Stuck at the train station in Oxford, and everyone was just panicking. Guys behind me saying, "Oh my God, when's the coaches gonna get here? When are we getting out of Oxford?" And everyone was really stressed. And,
Yeah.
and even my parents were stressed. I was like, "Chill." Just
Yeah,
chill.
it's just chill, bro. Smoke
Yeah.
some pot, man.
Yeah. And when the first coach arrived, it arrived early.
Yeah.
Everyone rushed to it, except for me. But
Don't-
everyone rushed to it. And
No
I
hurry.
could see people like pulling each other back and stuff like that, getting the kids on first.
Yeah.
It was like something off like Titanic, when they tried to get on the boats,
Yeah.
and then all the officials were like, no, but they didn't
Yeah.
have a gun; they had a whistle. So when the first bus was cramped, like literally cramped,
Yeah.
and I told my parents, look, I think we should be patient.
Yeah. just
And then
patient.
when it left, 3 buses came along. And I was like, oh, who was right? And then everyone, you could see the faces on the people on the bus.
Yeah.
They were just like amazed.
Cramp.
They thought no more.
Their faces were like pressed against the windows. They're like,
Oh,
get me out
wow.
of here. There's 3 buses empty right there.
Yeah. Well,
Too late.
well, those buses weren't even that. Wait, let's do that again. Those buses, in the end, weren't even that full.
Yeah.
Like, everyone had space. We had enough space for I don't know, for the rest of us.
Yeah.
But it was cool. But the journey took
yeah.
ages. So that's why I was late.
Well, I think it's interesting because you say your parents and pretty much every other adult there was very impatient. They were very stressed out and they didn't really and so I just wanted to bring this up because I think it's interesting how all this all their lives, parents and whatever grandparents, they've been taught be patient with stuff like this. Maybe they did get maybe it really was urgent circumstances. I'm not gonna pick out single people there that someone might have really needed to get going. But I think we're taught to be patient, as kids, and then we see our parents act like freaking like the most impatient people in the world.
Yeah.
Where's the balance here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting.
Where's all this learning?
Yeah. I mean,
are we supposed to learn this?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's funny because
strange. It's strange behavior, and I believe if they listened more, they would have got it.
Yeah. You just proved that, You just Ragecow's got this. Just chill.
Yeah.
And 3 buses come. That's that's the easiest, the most convenient.
Yeah. It's good.
Wait.
It's cool.
Wait down.
You gotta keep
That zebra jasper tumblestone you're looking at, that looks like freaking chocolates. I want to eat that. God.
God, it doesn't look tasty.
God,
But
you know
it looks
those box
amazing.
chocolates. They're like, there's like two. I don't know. Some of the ones that you buy, it's like a whole box, and there's two sets of them. Like there's a bottom tray of chocolates and a top tray, usually containing the same variety of chocolates, right?
I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but then there's like you get those occasional boxes where it's just one tray, and then the bottom is filled with like cardboard or something, and like
No.
you think it's like two trays, but it's only one, and
Yeah,
you get
I've
like
had that before.
disappointed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like once I was at a party and they had that exact same like situation.
Yeah.
We thought there'd be enough for everyone, but
No.
when we opened the bottom, it was hollow. we were like, no, what is this?
What is this? This is madness.
So everyone had to share.
Hey, do you want to
scary.
halve this caramel delight with me? Yeah, and just like get like half an inch just to
Yeah,
between two people.
yeah. You do that thing that people would do with spaghetti.
Yeah. That reminds me of that. What was it? That dog. Dog. That's
What
okay.
was
You know
it?
that
Lady
Disney
and the Tramp.
film. Disney
Lady
film.
and the Tramp.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, but like
Yeah.
they were eating spaghetti at like at this Italian restaurant, and
Yeah.
like the Italian the guy was like a human. Like if I
Yeah.
saw two dogs at my restaurant eating like near a table, like eating meatballs and spaghetti, and never mind the fact that he actually served them this dish, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Honestly, like. That, like plus they wouldn't be able to pay. You're literally wasting money here by serving them spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah.
And like I tried some Italian spaghetti and meatballs in my time, and I think that it's quite a delicious dish.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I just think that it was unfair there that they implemented
They got a free meal.
free meals.
Yeah, we
Maybe
should
they're
fund
like-
dogs.
Maybe it was like the like a kind of a free meal, one off, and then they had to
Yeah.
pay.
Maybe they earned a lot of money that night and they said, oh, dogs, we should feed them.
They had to like pay with their credit card. Like they had to pay with Puppy Pal. Oh, let me just order this new dog house off of eBay. I'm gonna pay by Puppy Pal. That's how you roll. That's how dogs do it.
Yeah.
We just don't know, man. We just don't know.
Yeah, what if they were smarter than us?
I mean, who's to say that doesn't happen? Be honest.
Yeah.
Like I always kind of. I know this might seem strange. I kind of walk past my dog and I look at him. He's just lying down there, like looking like all curious at what I'm doing. And I kind of look into his eyes and I look at him and I'm like, you know everything. It's just you don't want to share it with me. You know pretty much every single thing about this world. Just walking around. Walking in the park, you manage to roughly map out the whole neighborhood. Walking inside the house, every floor, every single speck of dust. But you just don't want to. You can't tell me that you can't. It's a viable theory, man.
It could be. What, do you want me to make that into a theory? You want me?
It's a talking dog theory.
Yeah, that dogs know everything, but we just can't
We just
communicate with them
can't
properly.
say. Yeah.
I've heard of some people that can communicate with dogs and animals in general.
I've heard of that. There's this interesting book I read. I didn't read all of it. I kind of got bored in the middle of it, but it was about what your dog's trying to tell you. And I actually read this section of how dogs, during the Roman Empire, dogs were actually crucified like annually.
What?
Yeah, like they had annual crucifixions of dogs because when the Romans were fighting the Gauls, right? They were angry. The Romans were angry at the dogs because they wouldn't warn them before the Gauls would attack. So they were just like really annoyed because dogs, and so they crucify dogs like every year. It's like, what?
That is strange.
Talking
Oh
about
my
animal
god.
cruelty. Like I imagine it like a crucifixion of like their paws are like spread apart, actually like on a cross, But I don't know. That's just the way I picture it. But it's probably different.
Probably different. Probably like a smaller cross.
And then I remembered, like, didn't Asterix and Obelix, didn't they have like a dog? Like, they needed to keep that dog pretty far away from the Romans.
Yeah. I mean, some generals, like before, I've heard of this general. I can't remember who it was, but he kept a dog as his companion on the battlefield,
Yeah.
and when he died, the dog died as well, like
That's
on the battlefield. I think they died next to each other.
That's really
It's really
sad.
sad.
There's been a lot of like accounts of just any wars, and any war had just that one animal. You know, like I remember reading about this bear called Wojtek. He was actually like this cave bear who would help in the war effort. He would like carry boxes of ammunition and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like I think this was during either World War One or World War Two, and he would like help them carry ammunition crates and like pass weapons around, and it's crazy. This bear and having like such he was so smart, having to do that, and he was so willing to do it, and he died, but there's like a statue of him somewhere in the UK. I'm not too sure. I think it's up north. Like a statue of him, yeah.
Wow.
And they would like give him cigarettes and whiskey and stuff. It's crazy. He'd like actually smoke cigarettes. Like at that point, I was just like, I couldn't believe it. But yeah, and then there's been like a movie. I think it was released like last year. No, 2 years ago now, because it's New Year's now. So and it was about like a warhorse, right? But I'm pretty sure, like Michael.
I think it was called Warhorse.
Yeah, Michael Morpurgo wrote a book about that. But there was like, I think like it was based on facts. I'm not too sure. I'm not gonna delve too much into it because I'm not very informed. But I'm pretty sure there was like a horse also in First World War that was also helping.
That's cool.
Yeah, animals definitely, like, you could train them, but some animals are just smart. They're just smart from the minute they're born. They like know everything. So,
that sounds very highly unlikely.
No, but like some animals, like I've just listed, they're quite smart in once they get older in helping people.
Yeah.
Like guide dogs are trained, like for people and stuff. They're trained. Like there's rescue dogs. There's so many like different animals and not just dogs, like that cave bear, for example. I'm just repeating myself.
Yeah.
You got a topic?
Okay. I wanted to talk about lucid dreaming.
Ah, yes.
Heard about it?
Yeah. It's like an out of body experience when you sleep.
Yeah. That sounds so cool. Like, I believe that is what consciousness is. That's what the spirit is. That's what I believe.
I think it's interesting that we could have these, but they're like a rare occurrence. It's like so it's like based on random chance. What's the mechanic here? What's the trend?
Actually, some people can do it every night.
Yeah, like I remember. Yeah, I remember actually watching these videos as a younger than I am now. That's a very British saying there, even though I'm not even British. But yeah, basically, like, I remember watching these videos because I wanted to learn, like, how to actually control lucid dreaming. Like, I wanted to learn how I can just go into that state whenever I sleep. But
I'm actually learning right now.
Yeah, for me it was a failure because I gave up really easily because I had a really short attention span. I watched half of one video. I was like, this is not worth my time. I'll just sleep like every other normal person.
Wow.
And me myself, I don't really have like good sleeping time,
I don't know.
if that's even a term. Like for me, it takes a while to actually get to sleep, and
Yeah.
then when I wake up, I never feel like fully rested. I'm always tired. So it's, I don't know,
So,
maybe like one day I could learn like the art of sleeping, if that's even like an art.
out of sleeping.
Like there's,
And
imagine there's like a whole group dedicated, like a whole organization based upon sleeping, and
that would be
like
amazing.
their website has probably not been used for ages because they were just sleeping this whole time or something like that. They're just like, doing the act,
Yeah. I mean,
practicing their sleeping.
I've learned how to paralyze my body while lying down.
Yeah, I think that's one of like the steps, isn't it? From what
Yeah,
I
it
remember.
is.
Yeah. Um.
Um,
Yeah.
like last night I paralyzed my whole body.
Hmm.
It felt so weird. Like all I was waiting for now is my like consciousness to get out, but it
Yeah.
wouldn't, so I just fell asleep.
Like you're talking about like a full paralysis, and you don't have any control over it afterwards, or do you have to like wait for it to to
Uh,
return to your normal self, or what is it?
it was a full paralysis. Like I couldn't move at all.
Like
But
not even
you're
like
no, not even wiggle my fingers or anything.
wiggle. Yeah, I was gonna say wiggle your big toe, like the Kill Bill reference. That was such a funny, like such a fucking random scene. I was watching. It's like wiggle your big toe. She was just, like repeating it to herself because she'd been in like a coma for all these years.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was funny as hell. But yeah, like that. Wouldn't you say that's kind of dangerous though? Like
Oh no, you're like still breathing and
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah,
So
you're fully functional inside.
yeah, it's just like your body fell asleep
Yeah.
basically while your mind's still awake. But you can wake it up. Like once you have the urge to roll over, and then that like sends a trigger to your body that
Yeah.
you're awake.
Oh,
'Cause,
for me, like I roll over every 5 seconds. It's like
oh,
it's constant.
see, that's what you have to stop. If you want to paralyze your body, you have to stop that urge of rolling over.
No, like I get like that sweet spot, you know what I mean? And then like,
Yeah.
this is this is a good way to sleep, And then
Yeah.
I change positions because I know it gets a bit uncomfortable. My arm goes numb or something, and I have to change. And it's like that every 5 minutes.
Jeez.
Sorry, that was a bit of an over exaggeration. But yeah,
It's
like
cool.
I think that it's really cool for people, like all respect to you, man, because it's like we sleep half of our life technically, if you think about it. Like
Yeah.
we kind of waste in a way so much time just sleeping all of our lives, and I
Yeah.
think that if you could like make use of that time, that's really cool because you could pretty much like spend your whole half of the life actually doing something, like whether it's productive.
Yeah.
I mean, mentally speaking, it could be productive. You could like, I don't know, evaluate, how the day went and stuff like that in
Yeah.
in a state of sleep, and then that could be something you could like give some time up for. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna actually physically do something during the day, so that when I go to sleep, that's like my trigger to focus on my mind. And
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I think it's important to actually focus on the mind as well as just doing everyday things, because
Yeah.
it's kind of like therapeutic in a way. If you like, some people don't even think for like 5 minutes. They're like, I've got to go to work. I've got to catch a train. It's like so
Yeah.
hectic nowadays that you don't even have time. But then it's like it's important, I think, to at least give up some
Some time.
optional action that you do during the day to
Yeah.
just think about stuff.
Yeah. Because while you're lucid dreaming, you can like make your own reality. Like you're actually awake
Yeah.
while you're doing it, so
Mhm.
you can actually feel and hear, taste a load of different stuff, which is really weird.
Like, I think that that could be like the new budget way to have like a holiday. Because if you think about it, if that's true what you're saying, you could make your own reality. It would be just like,
Yeah.
all right, well, in my dream, I've been to Spain and I got a tan and everything was awesome, and I went and across the seaside, and everything was the weather was so warm. I had a drink or two. It's
Yeah.
like that. You could actually make time, like holiday relaxing time, and it actually gives you the benefit of like the holiday relaxing time because you're asleep. It's
Yeah,
like,
and your physical body actually gets rest from it.
yeah. So
Um,
like it's multi beneficial.
but I'm just thinking, you would go to Spain.
Well,
I would go
Spain.
to a different planet.
Yeah, that's a possibility, but like then there comes the kind of, I don't know if it would be more boring or less boring, but like you're on the moon, for example, you're like, well, this is cool. I'm just like on this cheese satellite, and there's nothing here.
Jeez.
Like, oh hey, let me get to the shop. Oh, there is none. It's like you're gonna have to. But as you could say, you can make your own reality. So you can create like
Yeah.
a metropolis, and it's kind of like that
Good.
movie, The Iron Sky, or something like that. It came out, I think,
Yeah.
the beginning of last year, and it was about how it's really funny. It's like the Nazis after World War II, they took like a space shuttle to the moon. I think it was the moon, and they like
Yeah.
built like a whole like civilization on the moon, and like
Wow.
yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, it's kind of like that. You could actually create your own kind of reality.
Reality. Yeah. It's really cool.
Which, I
Like,
mean, like that would be mentally really good for you. Honestly, like I think you could make your own TV, and then like the TV programs would have no ad breaks in them, and
yeah.
and like internet connection would be a constant 5 bar, and you'd get like the maximum bandwidth, and the internet service provider would be free. You know what I mean? It's like the
Yeah.
possibilities are endless. So I think it's really cool, and I think it should be something that should be not taught in schools, or like educated too much about, but just like kind of insinuated. Not really
Yeah.
like kind of pat. Oh, here, try this.
Yeah.
It'd get the kids to learn about stuff. Learn about
Yeah.
how it all works in the brain.
Learn about how this physical body isn't just what it is.
Yeah.
There's actually life after death.
Because I mean,
And
you
stuff
have
like
like PE, physical education. Why not ME? Me? Why not
Yeah.
me? Why not mental education?
that.
That's a good like.
That is quite good.
And then like
The
you're
class where
just
you
like,
learn about yourself.
yeah, me. I'm learning about
Yeah.
my mental. It's my mental education. I think that
Yeah.
it's draining on you when you're spending your whole day in school learning, like being educated about, like, I don't know, who killed Kaiser Wilhelm, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
did he even get killed? Fuck's
I
sake.
have no
Oh my
clue.
god, that was the worst. Like, that's
Well,
the
well,
first.
it's in our own reality. It doesn't
Franz
matter.
Ferdinand. Franz Ferdinand is what I meant. And like, and I think that if you had like at least one lesson devoted to learning about how our brains work, and then PE, and that would go hand in hand. You'd have that, and
Yeah.
then that, and then that could like create a good human being, like stable.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying that that it would
Really?
work. I mean, there's PE in school since like forever, but there's still
Yeah.
people that are really overweight and that don't really exercise a lot. Like,
Yeah.
it's just gonna
Like
happen.
some of the people in our class.
But like I said, it could be like kind of like the incentive to, here, try this. You like football, you like PE, like try this now, and you might learn a bit about lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
Sure, like you'd be the first ME employee. You'd be like, all right, kids, Today
That'd be
we're learning
amazing.
about crystals.
Okay, this one is a smoky quartz. You know what it does? Nor do I.
But it's good for you. Something like those lines.
Yeah.
And then
Good
like
for you.
you'd give out crystal. You'd be like, here, everyone have one, and take it home and I don't know, do something with it.
Yeah.
People
You know,
like it'd have to also be important to teach it to the right age group, because you know
Yeah.
you'd be teaching that to kids in primary school. They'd be like sticking the crystals up in their nostrils and
oh no.
crazy stuff like that. So definitely have it like for people like maybe our age, like 14 to 17, 14 to 18, something along those lines.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I mean, it is that age.
Where you're kind of like mentally developing.
Yeah.
So ME would be best.
Have you heard of the super psychics?
Super
In
psychics.
China.
No
Yeah.
idea. No.
They can like, with their mind, put chairs through walls.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so you're talking about the actual chair, like physically there, moving through
Yeah.
the wall, like that shopping cart through the train station in Harry Potter, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Amazing.
Well, that's kind of cool. I've actually seen this guy. I think he was based in China as well. He actually could light stuff on fire, like light newspaper, crumpled up newspaper on fire, just with his hands, just like no lighter, no nothing. He'd like focus some energy in his body onto this one piece of crumpled up newspaper, and he could like light it on fire. So that's kind of like it's, and that just shows you like there's definitely so much to be learned in that respect. You know, like lighting stuff on fire, like that is good for survival. Like you don't need like a tinderbox then when you're out in the wild trying to fend for yourself. It's like
use your hands.
Yeah, like honestly, I think it's kind of cool that we see kind of little things like that spring up on the interwebs. It's interesting. All right, so I think we're gonna conclude because we've been talking for quite a while now. This was one of these episodes that is really like loose. We're not really confining it to specific topics. So let us know if you like that, guys. Definitely, we appreciate all feedback. I mean, it really helps us kind of grow how we produce our content, and as a podcast, I think it'd be cool if you guys had some input in this. So so that was episode 3. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, sorry if it was a bit late, as trains and all sorts of stuff happening today. So
Man, it was crazy.
yeah. All right. Well. Also, if there's anyone listening who has a Twitter account, please just check out our Twitter. Like, feel free to follow us, or we also like Ragecow updates occasionally our Twitter page. So it'd be cool if you guys followed us on Twitter, and then you'd get updated pretty much every time anything happens.
Yeah, whether we're late or anything new. Weird news stories, maybe?
Yeah. So yeah, episode 3. Hope you enjoyed, guys. See ya.
Bye!